I texted you the picture of Royal
Oh, my
Burpee.
Lord, yeah.
Thank you so much.
He looks like a bobsled.
He looks like his name is Bob Sled.
Yeah. He looks like fucking David Hasselhoff in the SpongeBob movie.
That guy has tits, and I mean that in like an empowering way. His chest is huge.
Royal Burpee looks like that old thing where you used to wear a barrel instead of clothes, but he's wearing a barrel under clothes.
Right. He's wearing it under his tank top.
Yeah, because he's bashful, I suppose.
And,
he doesn't want people to know he's dressed as a barrel.
He's tilted his little sailor's cap ever so much.
I do like his little sailor's cap. We should bring back the little sailor's cap.
Yes,
Come on.
Yeah, we need to put our... Well, I mean, because, what are our Navy SEALs doing? They're not killing Bin Laden anymore. Put the hats back on.
Yeah, guys. Hey, guys. You're not killing Bin Laden anymore. Put on your little sailor's cap.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you're in the Navy.
Come on,
Get off
Navy?
the land and stop trying to kill Bin Laden.
Why don't you do something useful? Like swab the deck.
Okay. Hey fellas, here's something.
Ooh. What'd you get?
I want to tell you a little film. Nope.
Oh.
I didn't say that sentence good. I want to tell you about a little film called May December.
Ooh.
Hey, Kevin, can you please stick to the format, please?
Ooh.
I did. I just fucked up.
Call back. Kevin, I have heard the title of this movie so much, and apparently there is a great discourse surrounding it. Can you please fill me in? Unless it's something I do not want to hear about, and then don't.
No.
We've already talked about one movie with fucked sex politics. Do we really want to talk about another with even more rancidly fucked sex politics?
Are you trying to tamp down my something? Are you trying to spit in the face of my something, Justin H. Gurmarov?
Please. I'm spitting graciously.
Thank you. Okay, so have either of you seen this film? Vern has not.
No.
Justin?
No, I have not.
Okay. Oh, so he speaks
But
out
I've
of turn.
read of it, and I've read discourse of it.
I am aware of this movie. I'm aware of the title, and I think that's it.
Sure. So it's a little film called May December. The poster is Julianne Moore standing slightly in front of Natalie Portman. Now, when I went to go see this film at the IFC Center in New York City, I didn't know jack fucking shit about it. And I knew it had good reviews. I knew it was very acclaimed. But I was like, is this another of those boring as hell lesbian movies? Is this going to be like all those boring ass ripoffs of Carol? And
Yeah, dull
By the
Carol.
way, rules.
Karen.
But like there were so many bad Carols in the wake of Carol. Is this going to be a bad Carol? But no, it's actually from the director of Carol, Todd Haynes. Who has brought us such films as I'm Not There, the weird Bob Dylan movie, Velvet Goldmine.
I like that movie. I like I'm Not There.
He is a great director. I've seen nearly all of his films since watching May December, which was my first. I've gone back and I've done
good.
I've studied the text because May December just so pushed me forward. And I will say, this is not going to be a movie for everybody. This is not going to be for all tastes. But I just sat myself down in the IFC Center knowing nothing about what I was getting into, and the audience and I were having a ball. We were laughing. We were rolling in the aisles. It was killing. So, for anyone who is not aware, the movie centers on Natalie Portman's character. And for all intents and purposes, we're going to call her Natalie Portman because I don't remember anybody's names. I watched this movie like 4 months ago. It's almost as if it was supposed to be in a best of episode of Here's Something. So Natalie Portman is studying a real life. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking tired. So Natalie Portman is an actor studying for a role. She's a famous Hollywood actor, and she's out trying to study for a role because she is playing in a sort of rip from the headlines biopic. This woman, loosely based off of Mary Kay Letourneau, who was an adult worker at a pet shop who had sex with an underage boy, ended up getting pregnant by this underage boy. They got married. It was a huge, nationwide scandal. People still like mail shit to their house,
American history trivia.
Mary Kay Letourneau was oh, go ahead.
Did you guys know that Mary Kay Letourneau, her father ran for president and got 1% of the popular vote?
That's more than I've ever gotten.
That's all I got.
Is that Joe Letourneau? That's okay. Sleepy Joe Letourneau, and that is the subject of the film. She is shadowing Julianne Moore as she goes about her life, allegedly trying to capture the essence of this character, allegedly trying to get into the headspace of this character. As you might imagine, this movie is going to deal with some heavy subject matter. Like the nature of this tortured marriage is like the centerpiece of the movie, and it's how does it stand? What are the power dynamics? What is going on? Is this now adult man like trapped in this relationship because of something that happened to him at the age of like 13 years old, right? But the movie is also deeply funny. Like 5 minutes into the movie, we are with Julianne Moore's character as like they're having a backyard barbecue, and the camera like slow dollies in on her face as like the music swells and the strings pick up, and she says, "I don't think we have enough hot dogs." And like it's just that's exactly when like the movie that you are in for tonally. And I won't like get into the weird avenues that this movie goes down, the twists, the turns, but I will say because you might say, oh, this is a funny movie about like someone who had sex with a child, and like an actor who's trying to like study for that role. That seems pretty tasteless, and it's very possible that you might be right. But I think there is an interesting meta lens that this movie brings, because the person who found this script and brought it to Todd Haynes was Natalie Portman. And if you remember your Natalie Portman correctly, you might remember that her big breakthrough role was in Leon the Professional, where she plays the underage girlfriend of a hitman, and untoward sexual things happen to her in the movie and behind the camera. And so her approach to this material, her attachment to this script, this Academy Award nominated script, the only Academy Award this film was up for, because this movie holds a mirror up to the Hollywood studio system, and Hollywood did not like what it saw reflected back.
They're in the picture and they don't like it.
I think her perspective on it is so important and so key, and I find it fascinating as like a way to kind of unravel this text of the meta lens that Natalie Portman is looking at it through. There's spoilers. There's like a moment in this movie where like, Natalie Portman is playing the actor. She's looking at who they are trying to cast as like her 13-year-old counterpart, and it's pictures of actual 13-year-olds, and it like really sits in your stomach. It's just awful that you're like looking at this and you're like, oh my God, this really happened. And then she says, "We need to find a hotter kid," and like shuts the laptop.
My goodness.
It's so crazy. But it also is tangling. I mean, I've really, really come to love Todd Haynes as a filmmaker, exploring almost all his movies at this point. I only have like one or two left that I haven't seen. Todd Haynes' first like breakthrough picture was an indie film that can never be released called Superstar, the Karen Carpenter story, where it's the story of Karen Carpenter done all through like custom modified Barbie dolls. and like uses a ton of the Carpenter's music, which is why it can never be released, because he did not get approval to use all that Carpenter's music. But it's absolutely worth tracking down if you can find it. I have a copy that I can send to either of you if that sounds interesting to you. But like, they're just these. Todd Haynes has made all kinds of different movies. He's made very funny movies. He's made very serious movies, very dramatic movies. But there are these like themes that he keeps circling back to, and like the way that the spotlight eats you alive, but also you just can't stay away like a moth, or like the way that, and also he as the director can't help but turn the spotlight on people despite the fact that he knows like what it does. It's just like all these different artistic, beautiful layers condensed down in this movie that is also just like really funny and really thrilling as you are trying to figure out like what is going to happen. Not that it's like a super twisty, turny, like murdery sort of movie. And it has these like beautiful moments of profundity where like a father says to his son, a father is smoking pot for the first time with his son who smokes pot all the time. And he says like, I can't tell if I'm creating a great memory for you or like ruining your life just a little bit. Like I can't tell what is happening right now. And he was so young when he himself had kids. Like he's played by one of the kids from Riverdale, right? And he's opposite Julianne Moore, who is like an actor in her 50s, right? It's just like the start. And everyone is fucking incredible in this movie. Julianne Moore is almost always excellent, and she's excellent here. Charles Melton as the husband is fucking unbelievable, and this is my favorite performance Natalie Portman has ever given. It's the performance that I've wanted to see Natalie Portman give her whole career. The last time we were out in Salt Lake City, I think we watched the Natalie Portman rap. You, me, Vern, myself, and Vern's wife, Nicole. And I was like, why doesn't Natalie Portman tap into this more? Why is it always like so serious? She has this incredible like sensibility inside of her. Why isn't she tapping into that more? And this is the movie that like Natalie's rap by the Lonely Island like was setting up in a bizarre sort of way. Again, it's not going to be to everyone's sensibility. If you find it tasteless, I can't argue with you. I'm afraid I must be inclined to agree, but sometimes bad taste is interesting or important, and we must exercise a good amount of bad taste. I you know, the three of us are somewhat a fan of, you know, the work of John Waters, at least across, you know, like sometimes bad taste is important and interesting, and you engage in bad, and you get Netflix to hand you a big old check to make some good old-fashioned bad taste.
No, see, that's the true victory, is bad taste on someone else's dollar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the dream.
I also think bad taste is important for glimpses at bad taste, and looking at bad taste, things in bad taste is important for developing good taste.
Yes.
We cannot do better as people if we don't, you know, like pay attention to things that we've not done well as people. and so it's important to know one in order to understand the other, I think.
Absolutely.
I think I'm the oldest one on the show.
Yeah, by a few years.
By a few years, and I distinctly I remember this case enough that I know that Mary Kay Letourneau's father got 1% of the popular vote whenever he ran for president. And so now that I have an understanding of what this movie is, I'm going to walk and not run to this movie.
I get it. I do. I really do.
Prepare for that.
I think it's tremendous. It was my favorite movie of last year. Again, it's not going to be for all tastes. It's not going to be for all sensibilities, but there's a lot here. And if you're someone who needs to know, not you, Vern, I'm not talking to you this way, I'm talking to people. If you're someone who needs to know that like the movie has good opinions, like I promise you, they don't make a joke out of the thing that happened. They make a joke out of the way that people react to it. They make a joke out of Hollywood trying to Hollywoodize it. At the end of the movie, we get to see the film that Natalie Portman is working on, and oh man, oh buddy, it's just an absolute hammer blow. So May, December, I've told you what it's about. Use your own judgment if that's going to be for you, whether it's the two boys that I'm talking to or listeners at home. But I'm a big fan. I bought a bootleg Blu-ray of the film. That's how big of a fan of May, December that I am. I bought it from old sloppy second sales.
I didn't realize this was on Netflix. This was a Netflix thing.
Yeah, it's just right on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, but it had like a little theatrical window, I assume, to qualify for Academy Awards. Then it got one nomination for. It got the screenplay Oscar, which is always the Oscar where they were like, fine, like, we gotta acknowledge you. That's the one that they give to Spike Lee. It's the one they give to Tarantino. Like, if it's someone who is doing work we have to acknowledge but annoys us, guess what? You're getting the original screenplay nod.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Well,
it's classic.
We gotta give you something.
Yeah, and anyone shocked that this film was not nominated for more Oscars because it was like directed by Todd Haynes or whatever, check Todd Haynes' career. Not a ton of Oscar noms in there. But also, like, look at the subject matter of this movie. This is never going to be a major award show player. Anyway, that's May, December. It's under 2 hours. It's on Netflix. And I will say, viewer discretion is advised, but check it out.
Okay, then. Thank you for filling me as someone who likes information and likes knowing what's going on. Because I've heard this movie come up. I've heard people talking about it, but I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? And so,
absolutely.
I like having like a lead that I can either walk to or not walk to,
or walk away from.
So thank you. That's something.
That was something.